How's it going, gamers? It's the Chronic Gamer here, and I just wanted to make this video to discuss the new changes to Genshin Impact coming in 1.1. So, first of all, the big elephant in the room right here is, in version 1.1, we are going to be getting 160 max resin instead of 120. Now, I will say this is in the right direction, but we moved probably a millimeter forward, if even that, because this change isn't going to really affect the player base, which is currently capped due to resin. I want to say, I know personally that I haven't actually reached the 120 cap since hitting AR20. So this change, it does absolutely nothing for me. And although I do like to see the weekly battle pass missions reduced from 1,600 to 1,200, it's just not enough overall, the resin change, and that's really disappointing. Now, I don't have a problem with resin itself. I have a problem with progression being locked behind the resin. I think that if I were to do a domain without any resin, I should at least get 5 or 10 adventure XP and maybe 1 green or a chance at a blue or a chance at a green. I don't know what ratio they want to use. I think it would be fair to give me 1 green and like 10 adventure XP, but even the problem right now is you have to use resin to progress, and this change will not let you progress at all. I think that resin would be good if it like gave you like 10 times rewards. Like you do a domain and you get 10 times the rewards that you would have gotten. So instead of getting 10 adventure XP, you get 100 adventure XP. Instead of getting 1 green, you get 3 blues, right? That seems like resin would still be useful. The hardcore gamers could still grind endlessly. The casual gamers will still use their resin. Whales will still be able to progress faster by spending their primal gems on this. Not to mention that whales will always be spending their monies on rolling, because the rates for rolling is just so bad that if I can't roll for my favorite characters, and then I can't even play the game to progress without waiting or paying, I don't know how long this game's gonna last. Let's look at the other changes though. I want to change the key binding / controller setup. Alright, so this seems like a quality of life. We are in the process of developing a key bindings and controller setup function, part of which will go live in version 1.1. We're firing on all cylinders to complete the remaining functionality when will become available to players in later versions. You know, I think this is just quality of life change. I don't think it's gonna really make or break anyone's experience in the game, but it's just something that's nice to have. But I think the most exciting thing, the thing I'm most excited for right now, is probably this change right here. In version 1.1, they're adding more new filters for artifacts based on their basic attributes. So basically, it's going to be easier for us to filter through our artifacts now. Honestly, that's just a good quality of life change. I think that if this is getting at what I think it might be getting at, like if it's getting at locking your artifacts so you don't actually use them in quick when you're doing the quick dismantling, I think this is good, because I've just been holding on to my blues like there's no tomorrow, because I've just been scared of like disenchanting a god roll on one of my blues, because I find that a lot of my blues are better than my purples. Like a lot of my purples are way worse than some of my blues. So being able to lock some of my blues and not have to worry about me accidentally disenchanting it, or even locking one of my purples so that I can tell that what it is, or when I'm going into the disenchanting and I can actually read what I'm dismantling without just knowing like what the stats are of the thing that I'm dismantling. That'll just make life so much easier, because I won't be scared of actually accidentally dismantling a blue or a purple that I'm going to want to save for further down the line, or for a character that I might not have yet but I plan to level up in the future. So this, really good change. I think this is the best change thus far. This is what we needed. It's just dismantling artifacts. Just, you can't. It's really difficult right now to know what you're dismantling, and this should have been in the game like straight from launch. Traversing in the game is time consuming. I want to be able to set up my own teleport waypoints for areas that I frequently visit. So they developed an item that provides this kind of function, which will be available for free in new systems. Honestly, might be a bit of a controversial opinion, but I don't really like this change. Like, I know it's quality of life, but I already don't play this game and like a lot, and now when I get on, I'm gonna play this game even less, because I can just teleport to the pack of slimes that I want to kill straight away. So like, I mean, I like that it's free. I think this is an unnecessary change. Like, I guess if they make the resin change, I think this would be more exciting for me, because it would be like, oh, I could continue to grind domains. I can do like 100 domains and get like 500 adventures XP, right? And then I could, if I need some materials, I can use the teleport to quickly mine some materials and then go back to farming domains. But as of right now, I have nothing to do in the game, so I'm gonna have even less to do. I won't even need to traverse the world in order to get my materials. I think instead of this, if they added chests, if they made like more chest respawns, faster respawning chests, that way it's more exciting to traverse the world. I think that would have been a better change, because as it is right now, when I'm going to farm spot to farm spot to farm spot to kill mobs, I'm not really finding. I mean, I like this very nice game, beautiful art style, really beautiful and everything, but it's not that exciting because I have seen it all already. But if I have a few chests on my way from area to area, that would be a better change to keep me in the game longer, right? And it would give me some more progress throughout the game, and it would make me feel like I'm accomplishing something more than just grinding for materials. Because I've had like 400, 500. I have like over 500 slimes now. Like this, the gray 1-star slime item. I have over 500 nectar. It's just, I don't feel like I am at the stage of the game. I'm AR 38, and I'm at the stage of the game where I actually don't even need just any resources from monsters whatsoever, and I'm just waiting on resin, because I've grinded and grinded and grinded and grinded all those monsters, because I've had nothing to do since AR 32 other than resin, grind monsters, wait for the level up, get the story quest at 34, get the story quest at 36. But other than that, I've had nothing to do. Okay, let's move on to change number 5. So it's annoying to select equipped artifacts and weapons to find out which character has them equipped. So I guess a small character avatar will appear next to icon and equipped artifacts and weapons, allowing the traveler to know. Okay, so basically this is just quality of life change. I actually kind of like this change. Instead of just clicking on your artifact to see who has them equipped, because it has that little person icon, instead of the little person icon to show that a person's using it, it might have the character's icon to show which character is using it. So just a small little change, quality of life. It's good. Not much more to say. And those are the changes for 1.1. I think the rest here is just questions about how the game works and damage. Alright. So these are the 5 changes that are confirmed coming for 1.1. I honestly, there's some really good stuff, like the artifact filter, and I like the quality of life with knowing who has what artifact equipped, which seems to be really good. And some quality of life changes, like the changing key bindings. Traversing the game is, I mean, but the only real change here that is gonna be having a major impact in the game that is gonna be fun and good, I think this is gonna be good for free-to-play players. I think the battle pass was too expensive. If you used 180 resin every day, you would not make them weekly mission, which is it's really tragic. You have to spend like 50 primal gems. You do get the primal gems from your adventurer's quest, but then you can't be rolling. You won't be rolling because you need to hit the weekly. So for free-to-play players, this is a great change. This is the best change for free-to-play players who aren't using their 50 primal gems on resin. I think the only people that the second part of this change, the 160 resin cap, is going to affect are casual players who aren't really, casual players aren't even at the stage where they need resin. Like, in my honest opinion, the only people that it's going to affect are going to be people maybe 1 or 2 months from now when they finally catch up to the harder core gamers. I mean, we did get some good changes, but overall, I find myself disappointed. I really thought that there was going to be a big resin change coming. I'd really like to see a way to grind out the game without resin, even if it's just slow. I would have a reason to actually play the game, and currently I don't, except for 2 hours every day, an hour here, not even, because I'm grinding so many materials that I actually don't even need to stay on for an hour anymore. So, a little disappointing. Another thing I'd like to see content-wise would probably be better co-op. But I think if you made the ability to grind domains without resin, that would make co-op a lot easier as well, because you wouldn't have to care about which materials you need, and you wouldn't have to wait to spend your resin with your friend. You could just, oh, let's do 10 runs of this domain that I need to get materials from, and then we can do 10 runs of a different domain that you need to get, right? Or 5 and 5 or whatever, and you can just grind it out with your friends whenever. So it would help co-op. It would help just have any progression to keep me in the game longer if they did grindable domains without resin.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the comments and views and likes that I can get from this video. I am new to YouTube. This is my first video in like years, since high school, and this is quite a different video from the ones that I used to make. So if you could leave a comment, give me some feedback, that'd be awesome. I have no webcam for this video because I'm actually in the process of getting one from Amazon. I ordered it and it should be arriving in a few days. So hopefully you can see my face for future videos, give you something more interesting to look at than just a web page. I do plan to do future patch notes videos in the future. So make sure you subscribe if you liked this video or you found it informative in any way, so that way you can get updated to see my next video and to get future updates on Genshin Impact. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love all your faces. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace.